you guys, welcome back to my channel, Channie's Life. Today we'll be doing foundation and base and all. So if you guys want to see how I do my foundation routine, then keep on watching, you guys. Okay, so I do have my eyebrows and my eye base on because that's what I usually start off with before I start doing any sort of foundation base. I do also want to note that before I start doing my foundation, depending on what eye look I do, if I do something with the wing liner, then I'll do my whole eyes first. But if I just do eyeshadow, then I'll just put on foundation right after I do my eyebrows and my eye base, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right into foundation because I don't put on any primer at all. I haven't really found a primer that I like or enjoy. So yeah, so the first product that I'm gonna go in with is the Hourglass foundation stick. I use mine in the shade Bisque. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make 3 lines on each side of my face, down my nose, my chin, above my lip, add a dot there, add a dot there, and a little bit like how you would highlight, and on my forehead, on my temples, just like that. And then what I'm gonna do is go in with the second foundation. I'm gonna be using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Fiji Light 5. Give it a shake. And then I'm gonna go in on the back of my hand, squeeze some out. This is a very full coverage foundation, you guys. So I'm just gonna spread it out on everywhere on my face. For any foundation that I ever use, I always like to just spread it out on my face. And then depending on what I do, most of the time I end up using a sponge just because this is super full coverage foundation mix that I'll go in on the back of my hand, wipe off the excess, and then grab a mirror to get up close on my skin, and I'll just pounce away. I don't necessarily like to do too much under the eyes because I don't like it to get all caked up there. Normally you just want to kind of keep it light under the eyes and just have concealer there so that it doesn't build up too much product right there. Just like that, you guys. Finish blending everything else out. I do kind of like to white out my lip too to get it ready for my lip color. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I also take 2 concealers as well. I take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Porcelain Beige and the NARS Light Chantilly Concealer. First, I use the Tarte one. And this is how I do my concealer. It's because I have a small face too, so I don't really feel like I need too much. Down the nose, forehead. And I do like to just let it sit there a bit before I start to go in and blend it out. So we're gonna go in and blend. blend the under eyes. Now that we have that, I'm gonna go in with the NARS. Just go over my under eyes and down my nose. Because of my nose shape, I like to add a little bit extra highlight down my nose. And then I like to let that sit there for a little bit as well, but not as long as the first concealer that we put on. Now it's time to just blend away. Next, we're gonna go in with cream contour. It's something that I've been liking to do lately just to add a little bit extra definition to my face. I'm gonna be using the Fenty Cream bronzer in Butter Biscuit. I do like this one a lot, honestly. It's not too cool, but not too warm. It works perfectly for cream contouring and bronzing. So I take a brush like this. It is the Morphe M449. So I go in, and then I like to just go in and put in some definition everywhere. I am filming while Pharaoh is awake, so if you guys hear him through the video, it's okay. Mommy duties and doing YouTube at the same time. And then on the jawline, a little bit on the forehead. For the cheeks, I'll go in and blend the contour and the concealer together so that there are no brush lines. Now I'm gonna contour my nose. I use a small brush like this. This is from Sonia Kashuk. I like to use this brush to contour my nose because it's so small and it can give a lot of definition. And that's what that should look like. Now it's time to powder and bake. So what I'm gonna do is I take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. If you've been following me for a while now, you'll know how much I love this powder. I've used it for like about almost 3 years, and it's like my favorite thing ever. I'm gonna take a huge fluffy brush like this, just go in and powder my face. Or as I always say to my husband, powder thy face. I also like to powder my jaw as well, just because I don't like to feel like the tackiness of foundation and bronzer contour. Forehead. And then where I how you like to say bronzed. Literally flawless airbrush finish. It literally is what it says it is. It does what it says it is. Do we see that? And I always like to touch to see if it's still tacky, because anywhere that's tacky, I like to kind of put extra powder down on it. So next, I'll be going in and highlighting the under eyes, as I have not set it yet. I am going to use MAC Studio Fix powder in NC15 and the MAC Emphasize powder. I like to mix them together and go under my eyes with it, and I also like to use it with the Morphe E20 brush. It is very small, so it can get all up in there. I do like to pile on the powder just so that I can get a lot of coverage, because I like to have a super bright under eye. It does not matter to me if I'm doing a natural look or a full glam look. I just love that super bright highlighted under eye. But before I go in with the powder, I like to blend out the concealer in case it creased, and then just go in. Just like that. You see how highlighted that looks? The Emphasize powder does have a tad bit shimmer in it, but it's not really noticeable. It will give you a glow though. I don't know if you can see that shift. Yes. So where my fine lines are, I do like to push the product in there. And if I feel like I need more coverage, then of course I'll just go back in with more powder, of course. Just like that, you can see a subtle glow. And just like that, that's the final look for all the powdering. So now I'm gonna do baking. The only baking that I do is on my nose, and I'm using the Beauty Bakery bite-sized pinch of flour in oat, which is a translucent one. Dip some in the cap. Just take a flat little fluffy paddle brush and just put it down my nose. Yeah? And then I do like to just leave my face like this, leave this to bake, and then just go in and do my eyeshadow and my eyes. Because if I get any fallout, then I can try to fix it. But once I have like blush and bronzer and highlight on, I just not fixable anymore. So let me go do my eyes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now that I finished my eyes, I am back. So what we're gonna do is take a fluffy stippling brush and just dust off all the powder on your nose and the smile line. Make sure we get everything off. Just like that. And how we're going to do the rest of our face, I am going to take this flat brush. I am gonna take MAC Sculpt powder. It's just a neutral brown, not too cool, not too warm. I'm gonna dip it in, and I'm just gonna go back over the parts that I had cream contoured with. And then I brush up, you guys, not down, up to blend it. We're gonna do the same to the other side. Do we see that definition? We're also gonna go through the jaw lines. And for the forehead, I don't really like to use this brush, so I go in with an angled brush and I just do the forehead. Make sure to blend everything. And I also hold this back whilst blending this together, you guys. And that's the look for that. Now I'm gonna go in and do the blush. I either take Fleur Power or Blush Baby by MAC, and I'll just go in with a stippling brush like this. This is the Morphe M427, and I'll just grab some on my brush, tap it off. And I don't go in this whole area either. I just like to stay on top a little bit above where I contoured. Just like that. Not really going on this part right here. If I am going partially on it, it's to blend the blush and the contour together, but that's about it. And as you see, the contour that we did on the nose before already gave my nose some definition, so I don't really have to go back in to contour with powder even more, which is normally what I would do if I didn't do cream contour on my nose. And I like to blend this in just a bit, so I just pat on top, just like that. For the final step of my base, I take the brush that we went in with to powder our face, and I like to just press down and just go under it and pat and clean up. Pat and clean up, okay? That is what I do. Pat and clean up. Pat and clean up. Now we can see the definition of everything, the contour, the base. Yes, so this is how I do my... So I'm gonna do my lips and I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, so I'm back with my lips done. Yeah, you guys, so this is the finished look. This is how I do my foundation base and everything, or my face base. Yeah, the contour, the blush. Since there is already like a little bit of glow, I don't feel the need to put on any highlight. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Yeah, so again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also comment down below what other videos you guys would like to see. And yeah, I guess that's it I feel like goodbyes are always awkward. Well, that's all, you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.